In 5 minutes, I would like to share with you this, bi'idhnillah, just to wrap up and conclude our journey this weekend with you. And what I would like to share with you is this ayah. Inna Allah ashtara min al-mu'minina anfusahum. Please, when ayah permits, or when time permits, just open Quran and go straight to this verse, either today, tomorrow, or whenever you have a chance to do so. Just open this verse 110 of this blessed chapter Tawbah, Surah Tawbah. Open the verse and read this. And you don't have to read all the way to the end, just this portion. Inna Allah ashtara min al-mu'minina anfusahum. Only this section. Meaning Almighty Subhanahu wa Ta'ala had purchased the soul of the believers. Whenever you think about this verse, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala had purchased the souls of the believers. Now when you purchase something, the one from whom you've purchased that item and you paid for it, does he have right over what he sold to you after taking the money from you? Now, it's transaction between two persons. You gave him the money and you agreed upon the price. You gave him the price and you gave you the merchandise or whatever that you bought from him. So you exchange. He has your money and you have his merchandise. Can he claim it again? It's gone. Transaction is what? It's finished. If you agreed to take it and you agreed to take from him, you cannot ask him for his money and he cannot ask you for whatever that he sold to you. I want you to listen to this ayah one more time. Almighty Subhanahu wa Ta'ala had purchased from the believers their souls. Did you see the comparison here? Again, Allah had purchased from us ourselves and our souls. He gave us the shahada and we took it, that yes, we want to be Muslims. So he took our souls in return. That means as a believer, your heart is not yours anymore. Whatever you desire, you can't do it without the one who had purchased that from you without his permission. You can't do what you want as a believer. And as a mu'min, when Allah asks you to do something, can you resist and say, you know what? I resent that. I don't want to do it. I don't like what Allah asked me to do because I don't want to do it. I don't like it. A believer will say this. Allah asks you, stop. Can you challenge and say, oh Allah, I don't want to stop? You have to stop. Allah said, do. What do you have to do? You have to do it. Why? Because he had purchased your soul from you and you agreed upon the what? The price. Inna Allah ashtara min al-mu'minina anfusahum. So you cannot claim and say that, well, I'm a believer. This is what Allah wants and this is what I also want. So I do as I please to please Allah. It doesn't go. It cannot match because Allah took it away from you already. Inna Allah ishtara min al-mu'minina anfusahum wa amwalahum bi anna lahumul jannah. He had purchased and bought from you your souls and your wealth, and in return what he gave you is Jannah. And you already took the Jannah. You say you want it, so he already guaranteed that you will have it. So in return he wants you. So as a believer, when Allah asks you to do something, you have no emotions to bring out. When Allah asks you do, you have nothing to say but to what? Do it. because your soul is not yours anymore. And whatever you will do after this transaction, you have to consult Almighty Allah, because He had what? He bought you already. Think about this verse really deeply. And that's why Ibn al-Qayyim said, اشتري نفسك اليوم فالسوق قائمة والبضائع رخيصة وقد يأتي عليك يوم لا تقدر أن تبتاع نفسك. Buy yourself today, because merchandise that are out there for sale, they're cheap. A day will come that they will be so precious, and whatever you will give to buy, Allah will never accept from you on that day. ذَلِكَ يَوْمُ التَّغَابُنِ. That is the day of mutual benefits. That's Ibn al-Qayyim's statement. Ibn al-Qayyim, sometimes he says some stuff like, he deserved the name Ibn al-Qayyim. لأنه صاحب الكلمات القيمة. اشتري نفسك اليوم. Buy your soul today and give it to Allah. فالسوق قائمة. People are still in the market, buying and selling. If you don't buy your soul today and pay the price to Allah to hold it for you, سَيَأْتِي عَلَيْكَ يَوْمٌ. A day will come on to you that you will say, oh Allah, today I want to buy with my even soul, and I do whatever you want. Allah will say, no, today is the day of taghabun, you can't buy it. That day is coming or it's not? Is there anyone who has doubt in this? This is the only thing that even kafirs cannot deny. Those who say there's not زَعَمَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَلَّنْ يُبْعَثُوا, that was only a statement. Because there's no one on this earth except he or she believes that he will die or she will die. Is there any kafir who are denying that, you know what, I'm not going to die? Is there any? Only Muslims, y'all Muslim, y'all going to die. We ain't dying. No kafir had claimed that. So Ibn al-Qayyim from this ayah, اشتري نفسك اليوم فالسوق إيه? Buy your soul today to free it on the day of taghabun. Buy your soul today and give the rope of it to Allah to place in it, to place in you whatever He wants. Because if you don't buy it today, when the prices are very low, a day will come that the prices will be what? Will be high, and you cannot buy it on that day. Even you try to give money, Allah will say to you, ذَلِكَ يَوْمُ التَّغَابُنِ. Today, لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. So will you buy your soul and give it to Allah today? Do you want to enter in this transaction? And I hope the answer from our sisters is the same. If we ask, they will also say yes. So if you really want to buy your soul, Ibn al-Qayyim said today you can do so, because the prices are very low. But on the day of Qiyamah, it's going to be really high, and you can buy it. I ask and pray that we will be able to buy today, because we can afford. But on the day of Qiyamah, no currency will be what? Will be accepted. This is my final message to the people of Al-Hijrah. I pray that the way Almighty Allah brought us to you to take us back home safely, may Allah bless this community and bless the brothers and bless the sisters. Now, okay. He said, how can Allah give you a soul and also buy it from you? First, it's out of Allah's mercy. That al-malu mali. The wealth that we gave you is our wealth. Wal jannatu jannati. And the Jannah that we promise you is my Jannah. Fashtaru jannati bimali. Use my wealth to buy my Jannah. Is there any justice above this justice? Is there any? A person to give you wealth and give you another, something also precious. The money is right here. And here is the merchandise. And he is asking you right now, use my money to buy my merchandise. Who in his right mind will deny to buy it? So the money is yours, given to you. The merchandise is also yours. Just flip. And who will be the winner? You will be the winner. And that's why in hadith of Bukhari, all of you will make it to Jannah, except what? إِلَّا مَنْ أَبَى, except he who denies. Why? Because the soul is Allah's anyway. And He gave you the permissibility to buy it again. And you still refuse to buy it. So do you refuse to get to Jannah or you didn't? Did you understand the hadith of Prophet here? That kullukum, every one of you will enter Jannah except he or she that refuses. They said, who will dare refuse to make it to Jannah or even enter? Jannah is open and you still refuse? Then Prophet ﷺ said, Man ata'ani dakhala al-jannah wa man asani faqad aba. Whosoever obeys me, indeed had purchased with Allah's wealth the Jannah of Allah, with the soul of Allah and the Jannah of Allah. But whosoever refuses, he had what? Whoever disobeys me had refused to what? To Jannah. And that's why Allah is hakamun adl. Allah is hakamun wa tammat kalimatu rabbika sidqan wa adala. And that's why no court will be so just than that of Almighty Allah. And that's why on the day of Qiyamah, He will never tell you that we will judge you. You did this, you did this, you did this, you've done this, you've done this, you've done that. No. Allah will never judge you this way. Where is son of Adam? Where is daughter of Hawa? Come up front. Here is your book. Read it for yourself. Is there any justice than this? Here is your pamphlet. All what you read today is something that you yourself what? Your own hand had earned it. So read it. وَنُخْرِجُ لَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ كِتَابًا يَلْقَاهُ مَنْشُورًا اقْرَأْ كِتَابَكَ. Read your own book. And as you reading, by the time you finish, you can never deny. Because the picture will be so vivid. Wherever the crime was committed will be right in front of you in that book. And you will see yourself committing it. When you finish, Allah will ask you, what do you think? I deserve whatever you will tell me to go. Wherever you ask me to go, I deserve it. And that's the meaning of kafa bi nafsika al-yawma alayka hasiba. This is the justice of Almighty Allah. I ask Allah to allow us to buy our souls. And I ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from all of you and bless this community. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless the brothers and the sisters and the leadership of this masjid. هذا والعلم عند ربي في كتاب ثم الصلاة ما تغنى الشادي على محمد النبي الهادي ما هتفت ورقاء بالنياح وغرد القمري في الصباح والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.